at this man. Duke drive, touchdown.
More in overtime.
Howdy everybody, and welcome to the field house here, the home of the Pioneers from Hill Murray. I'm Jeb Brand alongside Corey Franzmeyer. We got ourselves a battle tonight between the Pioneers from Hill Murray and the Bears out of White Bear Lake.
Yeah, Hill Murray, this is their first test of the season. Haven't played a game yet this year. White Bear Lake happened to play a couple games over the holiday weekend, losing to Centennial, or not Centennial, Eastview, and avenging their section championship loss from a year ago against St. Paul Central.
We got ourselves a good one tonight as they announce the starters from the visiting Bears. Number 3, Tate Anderson. 14 is Adriana Perrin. 33, Nicole Dahl. 44 is Brianna Card. And 45, Allison Hink are the starters for the Bears. And as we announce the Pioneers, the hometown team, number 10, Olivia Graskowitz. 21 is Mackenzie Lindahl. 23, Lindsay Mekla. 25, Sammy Schneider. And 32 is Ellie Schwartz.
Yeah, I think this is White Bear Lake is a class 4A team. Battling against Hill Murray is a 3A team, but both these teams are from neighboring areas. I'm sure a lot of these girls are familiar with each other. Key player to watch from White Bear Lake this evening is going to be Allison Hink, who scored 21 against Eastview in the season opener. And for Hill Murray, number 23, Lindsay Malika was leading scorer from last year that's returning from last year's team.
Malika, a senior guard. Player to watch here tonight for the Pioneers. And Corey, like you said, these two teams aren't very far. We've got ourselves a lot of gals that are, like you said, very familiar with each other, growing up in the youth ranks, playing together in a lot of traveling teams, and now they face off here in an early season showdown here.
Yeah, it should definitely be entertaining game this evening. As soon as I knew we were going to do this game, I've been excited about it, kind of breaking down some film, looking at some different things, and both these teams had successful seasons last year. Hill Murray was they won their conference with a 12-2 record and 17-9 overall, and White Bear Lake made it to the section championship game a year ago with a 15-3 conference record and a 23-3 overall record.
And here we are to start. The Pioneers will start with the possession of the ball down low to 25, and that's Schneider on the board early for the Pioneers.
Early bucket. I feel like whoever has the best low post game this evening is going to be victor. I think they both have good guard play. Whoever wins the rebound battle and gets a lot of second chance opportunities are going to be the team that pulls away.
Pioneers showing some good defense here early on as White Bear Lake moves the ball around. Shot just off the mark by Hink, and the Pioneers advance. Nice drive inside, but Molecular can't get it to go.
Yeah, that was a good strong drive. Just fell a little short, lipped off the front of the rim.
Now as White Bear moves the ball across the top of the key, Dahl moves it over to Hink. Hink, the guard for the Bears, and as Corey touched on, both guards very strong for each team here tonight. Shot by Dahl just off the mark. Pioneers rebound and advance the ball. This is Mekla. And just off the mark. Offensive board taken in by Perrin, and she heads the ball up to Hink. Hink with a nice move inside, drives, puts it up.
Yeah, so far that rebounding is coming to play. Hill Murray is happen to have a few second chance shots after some missed buckets, and White Bears yet to have an offensive rebound. So we'll see how this storyline plays out throughout the evening.
Maleka inside to Schwartz. Schwartz up just off the mark. Offensive board taken by the Pioneers. They'll hold on to the possession here. So the in ball by Lindahl. Up to Maleka. Maleka's good from about 6 feet out. Brianna Card with the ball. Heads man up to Dahl. Dahl inside, and the ball's touched off the fingertips of Anderson. Rolls out of play. The Pioneers will regain possession.
Yeah, Hill Murray's definitely came in this game as the aggressor. You can see they've been driving hard to the hole, creating some second chance opportunities on the offensive glass. White Bears just been kind of settling for jump shots early in this game.
Yeah, you touched on it, Corey. The defense right now by the Pioneers has certainly kept the Bears on the outer perimeter, making them to shoot low percentage shots from outside. Foul called on the Bears here on Nicole Dahl. That'll send Sammy Schneider to the line for two. First attempt is good. Schneider, just a junior, has some height at 6 feet tall, one of the taller gals on the court here tonight. Certainly showing her presence early on thus far.
Yeah, talking with one of the Hill Murray coaching staff before the game. They're looking for big things out of number 25, Sammy Schneider, this year.
Nice offensive board by Schwartz, and she gets the bucket. We've got ourselves a blocking foul at about mid-court here. So both teams, like we said, very close in proximity. It's early in the season, Corey. White Bear obviously looking to build on what they did last year, along with the Pioneers, as always.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's like I said, both these teams I think have state tournament aspirations. White Bear Lake has a lot of returning players, key players from last year's team that fell a little short of going to the state tournament by losing to Central. Hill Murray had a great regular season by winning their conference regular season, and they lost in the section semifinals last year to Simley.
Quick jump ball there, and the Bears will regain possession with the possession arrow. Also checking into the game is Madeline Deblazon. Deblazon with the ball here at the top of the key. Moves it over to Hink. Hink runs the offense. Down low, inside. And the first bucket for the Bears is by Brabenik.
Yeah, sometimes, going right to the bench, and it gives you a fresh look. And Brabenik was able to come off the bench and put a bucket in right away coming into the game.
Maleka moves the ball over. Back up top to Schneider. Schneider to Maleka. Maleka inside, can't get it to go. Offensive board by Schwartz, and we've got a stoppage in play.
Yeah, Maleka, you can see earlier in this game, she's really aggressive going to the hole. She's not afraid to take it there, and she's got good height on her from her teammates. So she does miss the bucket. They're there for the offensive board.
Absolutely, certainly showing her height advantage here tonight. Early in, 14:44 left in the first half. Pioneers lead 8-2 over the visiting Bears. As the second one is good by Schwartz. Pioneers come with the press defense, and it's broken up. The Bears inside. And back to the outer perimeter. Open look by Deblazon, doesn't go. Pioneers regain possession. Graskowitz runs the offense, moves it over to Maleka. Maleka with the jumper, can't get it to go.
No, she's definitely not afraid to shoot. You know, I mean, sometimes early in the game, you just have a hard time finding that groove, you know. But as the game goes on, once she starts dropping a couple, she'll feel it, and that mentality, not afraid to shoot, could really be a difference in the game.
Ball's kicked out from downtown, just off the mark by Anderson. Pioneers regain possession. This is Maleka. Over to Graskowitz. Graskowitz to Maleka. Maleka drives, kicks it back out, and we've got a stoppage in play.
Yeah, you can tell number 23, Lindsay Maleka, is definitely kind of the floor leader, floor general. You know, she's the one that takes control of the game, you know, drives the hole, kicks out the open shooters. You know, definitely the one that sets the tempo for this offense.
The original starting lineup for the Bears back in here, with exception to Alexa Molin in the game now for the Bears. Maleka, top of the key, drives, kicks it down to Schwartz, and it's good. Schwartz from outside.
That's Ellie Schwartz, fifth basket of the game already today. 5 early points for the Pioneers.
Like we touched on earlier, certainly showing her size advantage inside. That was a nice outside look there. Definitely an impact player thus far early on.
You know, and anytime you have a player like Lindsay Maleka who can drive the hole and create attention, it gives her the opportunity to kick it out to the open shooter, and that's what she's been doing so far, being aggressive, going to the hole, and she's been able to find the open look there.
Absolutely. First one there by Karg is good for the Bears. And the second just off the mark. Pioneers with the ball. Lindahl takes it across midcourt. Looks for the open player. An errant pass there, and teammate wasn't quite looking. We got a Pioneer turnover, and the Bears will regain possession here.
Yeah, sometimes when you're fresh off the bench like that, you just kind of get caught up in getting used to the flow of the game, and you're not looking in the right at the right opportunity.
Hink with a nice drive to the bucket there, and an easy 2 as the Bears. And the Bears start to gain some momentum here as the Pioneers called for traveling. The Bears will take over at midcourt here.
Yeah, as you can see, the Bears are starting to get a little more aggressive, taking to the hole, and I think that can always sway the momentum anytime when you can start becoming the aggressor, start making a team do what they don't want to do.
Absolutely. You can see that now they're starting to crack down that Pioneer defense a bit and getting some looks inside opposed to everything coming from outside. Good look there by Anderson. Can't get it to go. On the other end, it's Maleka for the Pioneers. The shot from downtown, just off the mark, but following her rebound, can't get it to go. That was Langer with a nice aggressive play there by Sarah Langer. Just couldn't get it to go.
Yeah, absolute hustle play. Anytime you make a shot and you come up and get your own offensive rebound, that's just a flat-out hustle play. Everybody else was kind of standing flat foot on their feet, and she was the only one moving.
Definitely good awareness by Langer there. Emma Becker checks into the game for the Pioneers. We've got a foul on the Pioneers by Schneider, so the Bears will take over possession. Inbound to Karg. Karg drives inside.
Yeah, she just lost control of that ball trying to go up for it. Luckily for her, it was last touch by Hill.
So the Bears will regain possession here. Inbounding is Anderson. She kicks it out to Hink. Hink from downtown, just off the mark. Offensive board by the Bears. Back to Hink. up, and that one just off the mark.
Yeah, you know, that's kind of I've been talking about Malika most early part of this game, but as you can see, for the Bears, you know, Hink's that player for them that doesn't, you know, has no fear driving to the hole and has no fear about pulling the trigger, and she knows she's going to miss some, but once she starts feeling it, you know, she's going to get heat up and start putting some points on the board.
Looks like we got a timeout here by the Hill Murray head coach, Miss Erin Herman. The Bears starting to mount a little bit of pressure here at about midway through the first half. So, Corey, you touched on it earlier. Guard play was going to be a big factor, and so far we've seen Maleka certainly handling the ball for the Pioneers, setting up the offense, while Hink on the other side for the Bears has done a nice job of creating that drive to open up some outside shots.
Yeah, and I think the only difference I see in the two players right now is Maleka drives to the hole with, I feel, a look to pass to the open shooter, and right now Hink's getting the ball and looking to score first, and you know that'll change throughout the game, and you know she'll start getting some different people involved, but that's just the early observation I have between the two players.
Absolutely. Up top now is Lindahl with the ball. She goes inside, and Schneider's there for the easy two. Bears take it back the other way. This is Anderson. Tip ball taken over by the Pioneers. Maleka on the fast drive. Goes hard to the hole and counted. We're going to have ourselves a first three-point play opportunity.
Yeah, so far Hill Murray's 3 for 4 from the free throw line. And, you know, a lot of times, you know, you don't see it early in the games, but later in the games, you see whoever has the higher free throw percentage, you know, is usually the team leading. You know, you got to make sure you capitalize on those free opportunities.
Lindsay Maleka, it's good to make it a three-point play. Stoppage in play here with 11:13 left in the first half. Pioneers lead it 16-7.
Yeah, it's basically been a three-person show so far for Hill Murray. Ellie Schwartz, Sammy Schneider, and Lindsay Maleka, you know, the two low post players and their big guard.
From downtown, it's good. Counted. Olivia Graskowitz with the big three on the Bear turnover.
And then as soon as I say something on number 10, Olivia Graskowitz says, "Don't forget about me."
Back out. Bears with the possession. This is Hink. Hink looks to set up the offense. Swings it around the outside. Mullen with the ball inside. And a nice bucket there. That was Kate Brabenik with a nice inside bucket for the Bears.
Yeah, that's her 4th point off the bench so far.
Another one downtown, Maleka there, count it.
I believe the bank's open on that one, Jim.
As she kissed the glass for 3 there. Pioneers with their full court press again. The Bears look to break it. Back out to Hink. Hink from downtown, just off the mark, can't get it to go.
Yep, she's having a hard time finding the stroke right now. I mean, she's had some good open looks. You know, and they've been close. They just haven't been able to fall yet.
Maleka on the other end, just off the mark. This is Deb Lazan for the Bears. Swings it up top to Perrin. Perrin from downtown, counted! Drano! Adriana Perrin for the Bears, keeps it close.
Yeah, that's you can tell White Bear Lake, they like to shoot the jump shot, and early on in this contest, you can see the difference in the game. You know, a 10-point, they're down by 10, and they haven't been able to hit their open jumpers. But, you know, basketball is always a game of runs, and, you know, they'll have their opportunity. They're not going to miss shots all night, and, you know, they'll heat up eventually here.
Yeah, you said it right now. The difference between the two teams has certainly been White Bear taking shots from the outside perimeter, where the Pioneers, on the other hand, are looking to get the ball in low. From outside, it's good. Olivia Graskowitz for 3. That's her 2nd tray tonight.
Yeah, she's starting to heat up here. 2 for 2 on the field tonight, and both of them from behind the arc.
The Bears called for an over and back here. The Pioneers will take over possession, leading 25-12 with 9:12 left to play here in the first half. The field house of the Hill Murray Pioneers.
Yeah,
Ball last touched by the Bears there, looks like, so stay with the Pioneers.
Yeah, dodge a bullet there. I mean, I know it's it's still a 13-point lead, but you don't want to start making foolish passes, And right away, I believe when Graskowitz that left her hand, she was like, that was a bad idea.
Karg on the other end for the Bears, drives hard, but a nice defensive play by Maleka.
Yeah, she does it both ends of the court. That was a nice hustle play after the turnover, and a big block by the go-to guard.
Lindsay Maleka certainly showing some leadership, the senior for the Pioneers. Inside, and a nice bucket there by Brianna Karg for the Bears. Maleka back the other way for the Pioneers. Starts the offense. Swings it over to Graskowitz. Graskowitz on the pick and roll, down. This is Langer. Ball's bouncing around like a pinball up there. Finally to the open player. Just off the mark. That was Lindahl. And the Bears take it back the other way. This is Molin.
Maleka is definitely their floor general, when it comes to, kind of who sets the tone. But number 10, Graskowitz, is their point guard. So it's always a pleasure to have two quality ball handlers on the same team.
Absolutely. Maleka here with the ball, gets it top of the key. This is Schwartz. Schwartz over to Langer. Langer to the top. Back to Langer. Langer drives, kicks it low. Just off the mark with Schwartz. And the Bears take it back the other way. Nicole Dahl. Inside, up, but no good. Just off the mark by Anderson. Back out. And the Bears can't get it to drop.
Yeah, they've narrowed the gap a little bit. They were down 13 a few minutes ago. Now they've made the deficit single digits. So they're definitely battling back. They're not quitting. I think a lot of it is, they slow it down a little bit, create some second shot opportunities on their end of the floor, because a lot of theirs have been one and done on their end.
Yeah, absolutely. You said it. A lot of shots from the outside, and on the flip side, they get a few of those to drop, and certainly have a lead change on our hands. So it'll be interesting to see how the rest of this half plays out. Certainly in the second half, we're in for a good one. Pioneers now from downtown, just off the mark. Easily kicked out by the Bears. Send it low inside, and she gets it to go. Dahl with a nice bucket there. Graskowitz the other way for the Pioneers. Moves it over. This is Maleka driving hard, and she's shut down. Big defensive stop by Bravenik.
Yeah, she's been key off the bench. They started off sluggish. They brought her off the bench. She scored a couple buckets early when she got into the game. So that's, gives her 4 points and a nice key block here on the defensive end.
Big defensive stop by Kate Bravenik there, keeping the Bears within striking distance here. Inbound is to Anderson. Moves it over. Back to Anderson. Bears looking to get inside. They do, and it's good. Count it. Nice bucket by Bravenik, doing it on both sides of the floor.
Yeah, great ball movement by the Bears. Anytime you can make three nice, clean passes on your end of the floor, there's a good opportunity that you're going to find someone open, streaking towards the basket.
Anderson gets it to Hink, and Hink comes on in. We've got ourselves a blocking foul by the Pioneers. Looks to be on Alexa Mooten.
Yeah, White Bear Lake's doing a good job of not losing focus and not letting this game get away with them. They've definitely been able to creep back, some key plays on the defensive end, and now they're starting to find ways to get better looks. Closer shots down low, and their big girls are starting to check in the ball game here.
Absolutely. This is Hink with the ball, looks to find the open player. Kicked back outside from downtown, just off the mark. That was Mullen for the Bears. Graskowitz for the Pioneers. Up top to Schwartz, back to Graskowitz.
Yeah, great move by Graskowitz. You know, she realized that, you know, the White Bears were on a little bit of run here. It's like, hey, let's get the ball down our side of the floor, and let's eat a little clock here. You know, let's set something up and see if we can't get an easy bucket down low, or in this case, draw a foul.
Ellie Schwartz underneath draws the foul. She'll go to the line to shoot 2 with 5:42 left in the first. We've got the Pioneers 25, the Bears 21. The first is good for Schwartz.
Yeah, she's 3 for 3 from the line so far this evening, coming up with her 4th opportunity. 7 points on the night, going for 8 here on this next attempt.
And count it. 2 is good for Schwartz.
Yeah, so far this evening, Ellie Schwartz likes the charity stripe. 'Tis the season, you know, Jeb?
Certainly has taken advantage of it thus far, as you touched on it. 4 for 4 from the line, making the most of her free opportunities. Graskowitz, top of the key for the Pioneers, goes down to Maleka. Maleka sends one in. Schwartz there to clean it up, but can't get it to go. And on the other end, another big stop by Maleka, showing some quick hands as Hink went in for what she thought was the easy 2.
Yeah, even on that part, you know, the numbers weren't there in her favor. She was taking, you know, it was a big turnover on Hill Murray. She drives the ball, and it was kind of a 1-on-2. You know, she should have held back, waited for the numbers to get back to help her.
Bears can't get it to go. Pioneers with the rebound. Headmans the ball to Langer, back to Graskowitz, over to Maleka. Maleka looks to set the offense. Kicks it to Graskowitz. Up top to Schwartz. Downtown is Maleka, counted, Drano.
That's her second three-pointer of the night, Jeb. That gives her 10 points for the, or actually 13 points for the evening.
On the other end, in and out for Hink. Had a couple of great looks tonight, couldn't get it to go. Cleaned up there by Karg. And easy 2 for Karg on the hustle play.
Yeah, it gives her 6 on the evening. You know, she's had some nice putback buckets this evening.
On the other end, Lindahl over to Schwartz. Schwartz up to Lindahl. Lindahl moves it to Graskowitz. She looks to set the offense. 4 minutes left to play here in the first half. Schwartz down low, can't get it to go. Last touch by the Bears, and it'll stay with the Pioneers.
Yeah, right now, you know, with a 7-point lead in half here, you know, I mean, it'd be a good idea for Hill Murray to kind of play some half-court offense, you know, and set some plays and eat a little clock here and go in halftime with a nice, comfortable lead.
Pioneers in ball up to Maleka from downtown. Can't get it to go, but Schwartz is there on the putback. Just off the mark. Bears regain possession. This is Hink. Hink into the corner. Dahl, Nikki Dahl. Nice touch pass there by Karg. Back out to Dahl, down low. A nice defensive play on Farron as she went up for the, and Maleka's called for the carry.
That was her 3rd block of the evening, Lindsay Maleka. She's definitely a two-way player. She can play both ends of the court, offense and defense.
Certainly has shown a lot of grit on the defensive side of the ball, but also on the offensive side. He's got the points and the assist to go with it. This is Anderson for the Bears. Goes inside to Brabenik. Back to on the outside. Anderson just off the mark. Offensive board by the Bears, and the putback is good. Brabenik showing her size, and a nice bucket there.
Yeah, she's had a real nice evening so far early in this, or late in this first half, coming off the bench. 8 points off the bench and a lot of nice offensive putbacks.
Just off the mark from outside was the Pioneers. Mullen up to Hink. And Hink's called for the carry on the other end. So both sides called for a carry here in the first half.
You know, I think it's important for White Bear to get through this first half and don't let it get double digit before the half, you know. I mean, they're down 5 and they've trailed most of the game, but I think it's important to at least salvage something in the first half, catch your breath, and regroup and come back strong in the second half.
I think you touched on it. They got out to a late in the hole start, if you will. Maleka here drives, can't get it to go, rebounded by the Bears. But, you know, they've done a real nice job of chipping away at that lead. And here with 2:19 left to play, only down 5, I think the head coach, Mr. Jeremy Post, would certainly, you know, be okay with his start by his White Bear Lake Bears.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, bigger school, bigger class that they play in, you know, you probably give them the favor coming into the game, but, you know, Hill Murray's just done the little things. You know, they've been better on the offensive glass, and they've created better high percentage shots for themselves this evening than White Bear. White Bear's taking a lot of outside shots. They just haven't been able to find the bottom of the bucket yet.
Bears look to work it inside, and it's just off the hands of Brabennick. Pioneers started back the other way. Just under 2 minutes left here in the first half. Pioneers by 5. They work it down to Langer. Langer inside to Schwartz. The spin move, counted, it's good. Ellie Schwartz with some nice footwork in the left.
Yeah, Ellie Schwartz joins her teammate Lindsay Maleka in double figures for the evening. That gives her 10 points on the night.
Bears can't get it to go. It's rebounded by the Pioneers. Maleka in the fast break. Tries to go inside to Schwartz. Last touched by the Bears. Pioneers will hold possession.
Yeah, nice job by Brabennick to cut that pass off and not give up a easy bucket here real late in the first half.
Inbound by Langer. She goes inside to Lindahl. Lindahl works inside to Schwartz. Schwartz just can't get it to go. Carrick starts it back the other way for the Bears. Down to Anderson. Back up top. This is Dahl. Dahl inside, just off the sideboard. Tiptoe, and another defensive play by the Pioneers.
Yeah,
Guess who?
Yeah, this time, you know, she didn't get a clean block on there, got a little body, and now White Bear gets an opportunity here for a couple free ones.
Brianna Carr got the line to shoot 2, but once again, Lindsay Maleka there to show the aggressiveness and the grit on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh yeah, she's flying around this court tonight. She's definitely been the key player for both teams this evening.
So Carr can't get either to go. Pioneers with the ball. Just under a minute left to play here in the first half. Schwartz just off the mark. Rebounded by the Bears. That was Mullen as she was fouled.
One thing I've noticed late in this first half here is when Ellie Schwartz is the one taking the shot, a lot of her teammates are kind of staying in flat foot and not crashing the board. So if she's not down there to get the offensive boards, they're usually not getting them.
Absolutely, and she certainly comes with a presence down low there with her height. But like you said, if she's the one taking the shots, if it isn't going in, it looks to be the Bears starting it back the other way. Mullen, second one, just off the mark. Big offensive board there by Brianna Carg. A nice bucket for Carg late here in the first half.
Yeah, early in the game, Hill Murray really dominated the low post play, the offensive rebounds and the rebounding. But as you can see, Brianna Carg and Brabennick have really stepped up and became a force on the offensive end for White Bear.
Schwartz looked to go inside there to Langer, just off the fingertips of Sarah Langer. It'll be White Bear Lake ball with less than a half a minute here to play.
Yeah, it might be a good idea here for White Bear to just, you know, hold it for the last shot and either be down 4 or down 2, you know.
I agree. Timeout called by White Bear Lake head coach Jeremy Post. He looks to set up his offense.
No, that was a great call by Jeremy Post. You know, 14 seconds left in the half, and he was kind of thinking the same thing I just mentioned was, let's set up one last play here for the half, and we're going to be down by a basket coming out of the locker room, or we're going to be down 4.
And folks, remember to join us, like us on Facebook. It's facebook.com/TV19sports, or follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/TV19sports. We want to thank you for joining us here thus far. Just a little bit of time left here in the first half from the field house of the Hill Murray Pioneers as they lead 32-28. I'm Jeb Brand alongside Corey Franzmeyer. We've got ourselves a good one thus far.
No, it's definitely lived up to what I thought it was going to be. It's two higher echelon teams in the respective classes and conferences. Hill Murray jumped out to an early lead, and White Bear's been able to battle back and make it close.
And a nice play here by the Bears as the timeout paid off. Hink with the late second bucket. And the Bears will go into half down 2, 32-30. With a nice push there at the end. So, Corey, you touched on it. The timeout was well taken there.
Oh, that was an absolutely great call by Jeremy Post, the coach there, and set up a play on the last possession. Now you're going to the locker room. At one time you were down 13 points, and now you're down by 1 basket. It gives you a lot of things, encouraging things you can tell your team to come out with some fire in the second half.
All right, so the Pioneers lead it 32-30 here at the half from the field house for Hill Murray. We'll be right back.
National studies show that students who participate in activities like music, sports, and drama not only have better grades and attendance, but they develop the character to handle adversity, the grace to accept defeat, and the self-confidence to start over. Take part. Get set for life.
All right, and welcome back. I'm Jeb Brand alongside Corey Franzmeyer, getting ready to kick off the second half. We look at some upcoming games here.
Yeah,
Apologize about that. We'll get that back up in a second. But to start the half, we've got the Pioneers with possession here as Lindahl looks to set the offense. Down to Graskowitz. Up top to Schwartz. Schwartz moves it. This is Graskowitz inside. Kicked back out. This is Lindahl. Inside look, and it's good. Counted for Sammy Schneider. The Pioneers come out and score on their first opening possession.
Yeah, she scored the initial bucket of this ball game, and she starts off the second half the same way she started off the first.
Bears kick it over. Look at 3. It's no good, but a nice aggressive play there by 14. Perrin to save. Pioneers with the ball. Graskowitz from downtown, just off the mark. Last touch by the Bears.
Yeah, that was a great first half, Jeb. A lot of entertainment there. A 2-point game by a couple good ball clubs.
Absolutely. We're in for a treat here in the second half as the Bears struck back to pull it within 2. Down 4 here early in the second half. This is Graskowitz. She moves it to Maleka. Maleka up top. And we've got a travel called on number 25, Sammy Schneider. So
yeah, Maleka's the leading scorer of this game. She's got 11 points in the first half. Two made from behind the arc, and she's been stellar on defense, too. She's 3 blocks this evening.
Anderson over to Card. Card moves it to Hink. Hink back up top. Dahl. Over to Card, back to Dahl. Down inside, and it's good for Brianna Card. It gives her 11 here early in the second half.
Yeah, that's good for the Bears to kind of come right back out where they left off in the in the first half. You know, they struggled down low early in the first half, and were able to kind of take over the game down low with a couple of their big low post players, and Karg was able to find the early second half bucket here.
Dahl with the ball for the Bears, goes inside, a nice look, but can't get it to go. It was Brabenik. Pioneers head back the other way. Graskowitz with the ball. Looks to set up the offense. Over to Maleka. Maleka drives, picks up the contact, and looks like we're going to have a foul called on the Bears. That was Tate Anderson with the foul. Apologize, Brianna Karg picked up the foul there. Graskowitz up top. Swings over to Maleka. Maleka from downtown. Count it. Lindsay Maleka gets it to go.
Yeah, great move there. You know, she kind of faked in, was able to step back and hit the open look. You know, it's always a good thing when you can create your own shot.
Nikki Dahl can't get it to go. On the other attack was the Pioneer, Schwartz, and she picks up some contact.
What I've noticed from White Bear here throughout this game, it feels like they go in waves. Sometimes they slow it down and get, you know, move the ball around, get people moving, and work it down low. And then a lot of times I feel like some of the girls are rushing their shots and just trying to get it all back in one shot, you know.
I couldn't agree more. It certainly has been kind of a back and forth, up and down. And it seems like when they do decide to slow it down, they get a much better look. As just off the mark was Dahl there. But they seem to get a much better look and create better opportunities than when they just come down and kind of throw up the air and shot and hope that it goes in.
And it's a lot different, you know, getting back on defense when you slow it down, play a half-court offense. You know, if you miss a shot, you know, it's easier to get back and get defense. Once you crash the court and take a quick shot, sometimes not everybody's back there, and then you create fast break opportunities for the other team.
Lindahl from downtown gets the friendly home court hop there as the Pioneers go up to a 39-32 lead here early in the second half. The Bears, this is Hink, controlling the offense. Hink looks to drive. Nice defense there by Lindahl. Swings it around to the outside, driving, the big defensive play by Maleka on Tate. The Bears regain possession.
Yeah, Tate Anderson had a bad angle there. That was something where she should have just kept it back and, you know, set something different up.
Nikki Dahl from downtown for the Bears for three. And we've got an early timeout by Herman, the coach of the Pioneers.
Yeah, you know, I mean, Hill Murray has a 4-point lead, and they've been able to drop 6 3-pointers tonight, and White Bears attempted a lot of 3-pointers, and that was only their second 3-point make of the evening.
Well, like we touched on earlier, if they get some of these shots from the outside to drop, we got ourselves a whole different ball game. And folks, we want to recognize some of our volunteers here at TV 19. If there's anyone out there that's looking to be a volunteer, we'd love to have you. Contact Arlen Becker. You can see it on your screen here at 651-747-3821. Or email him at arlen@tv19.
Some of the upcoming games for Hill Murray here is Henry Sibley, St. Paul Central, who White Bear Lake just recently played, followed by South St. Paul, Richfield, and Forest Lake around the holiday season there.
A lot of good basketball here to play. The Pioneers out of the Metro East and the Bears out of the Suburban East. As we get ready to start back here. And join us every other Wednesday live at 5 o'clock for Sports Path, where we recap the latest in all of your high school sports here on TV 19. Last touch by the Pioneers. The Bears will hold on to possession here with 13:40 left to play. Pioneers 39, Bears 35. I'm Jeb Brand alongside Corey Franzmeyer.
Yeah, it's a nice night to be in a gym here, huh, Jeb? It's a little chilly outside.
Certainly is. A bit cold here. Hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. And we wish you a Merry Christmas here to come. Bears swing it outside from downtown, just off the mark. There was Mullen. Maleka back for the Pioneers, goes inside. There's contact. It looks like the foul was committed prior to the shot. Bears will start it back. Hink. Up to Mullen.
Yeah, good job by Mullen. I mean, you could see it in her eyes. She wanted to drive the hole, but she didn't have a good look there. She was able to step back, slow it down, and then Hill Murray just tapped it out of bounds. But that was a smart play not to turn over the ball after you just got a turnover.
The Bears on the outside here. This is Nikki Dahl setting the offense. Dahl kicks it down inside. Just can't get it to go was Adriana Perrin. She'll go to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, this is something that White Bear Lake needs to improve on here in the second half. They were 2 of 6 in the first half from the charity stripe here, and you know, as this game gets down to the wire here, free throws are could be the difference.
First one's good for Perrin. Pioneers lead it 39-36. Perrin for her second. And just off the mark, Schwartz will get it over up to Graskowitz. I don't think she was quite ready for it. A turnover by the Pioneers. Inside, Card can't hold on off her knee, and a lucky break there for the Pioneers, Corey.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know, Hill Murray was getting a little careless with the ball there, and they turned the ball over, and they were fortunate White Bear just gave it right back to them.
Langer up to Graskowitz for the Pioneers. Top of the key, looks to set the offense. Over to Lindahl. Lindahl up top to Langer to Graskowitz. Graskowitz looks to go inside. She's caught. Able to get it over inside and up, but a nice defensive play by the Bears. Looked to be Brianna Card with the block shot there.
Yeah, nice block. You know, she's had a real nice game so far this evening. 9 points for the Bears and a big block here early in the second half.
Pioneers inbound from outside, just off the mark was Maleka. The Bears start it back. Oh, and looks like Perrin's going to get called there. A little indecisive with the ball, and I think called with the double dribble.
Yeah, right now, you know, both teams are trying to find a rhythm, and you can see that they just haven't been able to figure it out. They're both turning it over, and they're both just not being able to capitalize on opportunities, scoring opportunities that they've had. You know, they're both just kind of trying to take charge of this game to be in control of it late in the game.
Pioneers with the ball. Schneider over to Langer. Langer to Lindahl from outside. Count it. Mackenzie Lindahl from 12 feet out. Good for two. Full court press applied by the Pioneers. The Bears break it. Start it back. Inside. Kicked back outside. Nikki Dahl. Over to Anderson. Anderson drives inside, and it's good. Tessa Anderson, the freshman, with a nice aggressive play to the hoop.
Yeah, real nice play here. We got a 3-point game, 11 minutes left in the game here, and you know, Hill Murray controlled early, and it's been seesaw back and forth after that. So you know, I got a good feeling this one's going to come down to the wire, Jeb.
Big rebound by Brabenik from downtown, counted. Drano Allison Hink for the Bears.
You know, Jeb, at halftime we were talking about, you know, where the game's at and where it's going and where it's going to be, and I had mentioned I think the key for the Bears to take the lead in the second half and get going is to get Allison Hink going. She scored 21 points in their season opener, and she only had 4 in the first half. with a lot of missed jump shots. So that's big for her to hit that big three-pointer with a lot of time left to get going.
Absolutely. You got to think that head coach, Mr. Post, certainly told one of his star players, Hink, the junior guard, that just got to keep shooting. You know, when you're a shooter and you're in a funk, the only way to get out of it is to shoot your way out of it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's.
As we look here at the upcoming schedule for Mr. Post and his Bears, next we'll be taking on Centennial Thursday night, and then the Raiders from Cretin-Derham Hall, Mounds View, and then back-to-back with...
It's a holiday tournament at Rochester John Marshall.
It's always fun around the holidays to be able to partake in some of the tournaments. You know, the Thanksgiving festivities just finishing up. Now on to Christmas. The Bears started back here. We got ourselves a tie ball game at 41 with just over 10 minutes left to play. Inside, driving the bucket was Carr, and counted for two. Back the other way is Lindahl for the Pioneers, across half court.
Yeah, that gives Kark 13 on the evening. She's done a fine job of scoring down low this evening.
Maleka on the other end for the Pioneers, an opportunity for a three-point play. Nice drive there by Lindsay Maleka.
Yeah, Hill Murray's done a nice job in the first half from the free throw line. They're 6 of 7. This is their first attempt of the second half.
Maleka is good to finish off the three-point play. Pioneers take the 1-point lead with just under 10 minutes left here in the field house of the Hill Murray Pioneers. Jeb Brand alongside Corey Franzmeyer. Glad to have you with us here on TV 19. We got ourselves a turnover. The Pioneers will regain possession. Maleka to inbound.
Yeah, so far, you know, White Bear hasn't been able to get the lead yet, but they've been so close, and then every time they get the opportunity to take the lead, they turn the ball over or commit a foul, you know, do something foolish.
Lindahl to Langer, and it's good for two. Pioneers go up 47-43. Nikki Dahl for the Bears looks to start it back. They break.
Yeah, that was Sarah Langer's second field goal made this evening. That gives her 5 points on the night.
Pioneers get the Bears to turn it over there as they couldn't get cross half court in the allotted time. Langer inside, turns it over. Back the other way is Mullen for the Bears. Swings it over to Anderson. Inside to Perrin. Perrin out to Hink. Hink up top. Back to Hink. Hink drives and up, just off the mark. Hink following her shot. We got a scrum on the floor. And a jump ball is called.
Yeah, possession arrow goes to White Bear Lake, so they keep the basketball.
So Anderson will inbound for the Bears. Just under 9 minutes left to play. Pioneers lead 47-43. Anderson to Hink. Hink drives baseline, kicks it back out top to Anderson. Back to Hink. Hink looks to set up the offense. Up to Brabenik. Brabenik to Hink. Back to Brabenik inside. Kick down to Anderson. She'll drive baseline. Kick it out top. Pioneers showing some stingy defense here. The Bears can't look to break it. Shot clock winding down inside off the fingertips of Brabenik, and it'll be turned over.
Yeah, what I noticed on that last possession, you know, Allison Hink, you know, she's looking to score and get open. You know, she's probably one of their better pure shooters on the team. But with this offense that they have on the floor right now, she's got to be the ball handler too. And there wasn't anybody else that could handle the ball, and she could free herself up for an open shot.
Maleka kisses it off the glass on the other end for the Pioneers. Back the other way, Anderson inside, count it, Brianna Karg, and she'll go to the line.
Yeah, she's 1 of 4 this evening. You know, so far, you know, you got a 4-point difference, and Hill Murray's shooting free throws well, and White Bear Lake's not.
Well, you certainly touched on it early in the game. You said it's more than likely going to come down to who's making the free throws and who's not. So far, the Pioneers have taken advantage. Karg gets that one to go. 1-point ball game here, just under 8 minutes to play. Pioneers 49, White Bear Lake 48.
You know, then on the Hill Murray side here, you have Graskowitz and Maleka that both handle the ball real well, and they both can shoot well, so they can create different things for each other.
Maleka kicks it out. This is Graskowitz. She goes up top to Maleka, looks to set the offense. Inside to Schneider. Schneider from outside, just off the mark. Nice play by Pioneers, but it's turned over. The Bears will start it back.
Yeah, nice hustle play by Sammy Schneider, just fell in the wrong hands.
Inside, and a holding call called on Schwartz. So the Bears will inbound. Anderson for the Bears.
You know, I'd look at, if I was Anderson here, Allison Hink, try to get off the block real quick and see if she can create herself an open jumper.
Hink with the ball, goes inside to Farrand, back out to Hink. Hink low with a nice play, and they get it to go. Nice play there by Hink to get it over to Brabenik.
Yeah, that was her first bucket of the second half here. That gives her 10 points on the evening.
Maleka on the other end. Stone cold from just inside the arc. Lindsay Maleka puts the Pioneers back up by 3. Down low, Brabenik. Ball makes its way into Hink's hands. She looks to make a move. Shot fake there by Mullen. She moves it over to Anderson. Down to Hink. Hink for 3. Just in and out.
Just couldn't get it to fall, but that's what she was looking for. Get some space, you know, a little ball movement, and she can find a spot where she likes and able to pull the trigger.
Up and good by Graskowitz. And the Pioneers pull away by 5 now with just over 6 minutes to play left in the second half.
Yeah, that's Graskowitz's 3rd field goal of the evening. That gives her 8 points on the night.
Hink off the mark for the Bears. The Pioneers, Graskowitz starts it back. She goes inside to Schneider. Over to Langer. Langer, shot fake. Moves it over to Moten, excuse me. Maleka. Count it again. Lindsay Maleka is having herself a night as she'll go to the line for an opportunity for the 3-point play. At this point, Corey, I think if you're Coach Jeremy Post, my game plan would be keep Maleka off of the ball.
But it's tough because, I mean, you have Graskowitz too, and they're feeding off each other. They're both good ball handlers, and they both can shoot well. So it's tough to, which one do you want to focus on? Which one do you want to keep, you know, off the ball? And which one do you want to, you know, try to attack as they're coming up the court? It's kind of a lose-lose situation right now.
Bears looking to mount a late comeback here with just over 5 minutes left to play. Down 55-48. Perrin gets the ball over to Dahl. Nikki Dahl sends it over to Anderson. Anderson to Dahl. Dahl drives inside, catches her own rebound, and it's good for 2. Nice job following her shot there.
No, that's just not quitting right there by Nikki Dahl. That's a situation where she kind of put up not a very good shot, just to keep it simple, but she didn't quit on it, and no one was driving towards the basket. She came up and easy putback for herself.
Here in the field house, home of the Hill Murray Pioneers, they lead it 55-50. Late here in the second half, we've had ourselves quite the back and forth.
Yeah, that gives Nikki Dahl 9 points on the evening, but it has been a back and forth game, but every time White Bears gotten close, it seems like Hill Murray's just been able to answer, and that's been the difference of the game. They just haven't let up. They keep having answers for every time White Bear makes a run at them.
The closest we've had here tonight was a tie game, and like you said, the Pioneers found a way to stretch their lead. Maleka with the ball here for the Pioneers. Gets it over to Schneider. Schneider to Langer. Langer to Graskowitz. Back over to Lindahl, and we've got ourselves a stoppage in play here.
Yeah, it's getting down to the wire here. I think, Hill Murray, it's going to benefit, as long as they have this lead, slow it up, walk it up, half-court sets, and hopefully you get a field goal after that set.
Inside, nice look to Maleka, and she adds to her point total tonight with the nice bucket.
Yeah, that gives her 25 for the evening. Far and away, she's been the star of this game tonight.
The Bears on the other end here. Anderson drives up and good. Count it. Nice job by Tate Anderson. Remains a 5-point game with just over 4 minutes to play.
Yeah, Tate Anderson was the starting guard this evening, and that was her first basket of the night late in the second half.
Schneider for the Pioneers to Lindahl. Up top to Graskowitz. From outside, and a nice job there by Olivia Graskowitz with the nice jumper.
Yeah, Graskowitz and Maleka just been the answers. They've just been able to come up and put that dagger in every time, White Bear tries to get some momentum going.
Perrin hard to the bucket and draws the foul. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. So the Bears trying to chip away, trying to keep it close. Mount that late comeback like they did in the first half.
Well, it's going to have to start right here at the charity stripe, that's for sure.
And no better time as we're right around the holiday seasons here.
Absolutely. Yeah, Adriana Perron is 2 of 3 from the free throw line this evening.
Second one's up. No good.
Yeah, make it 2 for 4. 5 of 11 from the free throw line for White Bear this evening. That's under 50%. Usually, you like to keep your free throw percentage around 70, 75%. 3 out of 4, 7 out of 10, that kind of thing.
Maleka triple team by the Bears, kicked out to Graskowitz. She pulls up just off the mark. Rebounded by the Pioneers. They regain possession.
Yeah, nice play by Lindsay Maleka to keep that ball alive, keep the ball on her end of the floor.
Inside to Schneider, but it looks like she traveled.
Yeah, her feet got a little tied up on her.
Still able to chew off a little bit of time off the clock. Just over 3 minutes left to play. The Bears down 59-53.
Yeah, right now, Hill Murray on the defensive end, you just don't want to, commit foolish fouls and give them open looks like they just did to Allison Hink. That's another 3-point shot for her.
Pioneers started back. This is Langer across midcourt. Double teamed. And a timeout called by Coach Herman of the Pioneers.
Yeah,
might have got Langer out of some hot water there.
What a big shot by Allison Hink. That gives her 10 points for the evening. 6 of them in the second half on 2 3-point field goals.
Well, and you could tell in that first half she had a lot of great open looks. She has been unfortunately getting the short end of the stick when it comes to the ball going in and out of that hoop.
No,
it's clanked out of there a few times now tonight. So good to see that she continues to shoot. You know, and like I said earlier, the best way for a shooter to get out of a slump is to shoot their way out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I was getting at right before she took that three-point shot was, you know, Hill Murray with the lead here. Just, you know, don't make foolish fouls and give them an opportunity to get back in the game on the free throw line, and don't leave any of their good shooters open for wide open looks. And what they do right there, Allison Hink, wide open look, and she drained it.
Absolutely. So with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to play here, the Pioneers lead 59-56 as they inbound. Maleka over to Graskowitz. Down into the corner. This is Lindahl, contact. And Nikki Dahl picks up the foul. Send Lindahl to the line.
Yeah, this game's been all we wanted this evening. You know, we know two good basketball programs, two basketball teams, a lot of returning key players from their quality teams from last year, and it's lived up to everything.
Certainly has been back and forth. A nice little early season treat for those that came out tonight. Hink, the ball handler for the Bears, advances the ball. Hink, top of the key. And a stoppage in play. Blocking foul called on the Bears.
Yeah, I was just going to mention when White Bear had the ball on their side of the floor, you know, I think what they're looking for is getting down low to Brabenek and Karg or create an open jumper for Hink. I think that's kind of the key to seeing if they can't pull this one out in the second half.
Double team on Lindahl as she's forced to call a timeout. So with 2:23 left to play, Pioneers up 3, 59-56. We'll be right back.
It is time to kick off the winter sports season here on TV 19 Sports. On TV 19.
Welcome back here at the field house. The Hill Murray Pioneers lead it by 3. I'm Jeb Brand alongside Corey Franzmeyer.
Yeah, we've had a great game this evening. It's a 3-point game here left with 2:20 left in the game. This one's definitely going to come down to the wire, I feel like.
Lindahl, the ball handler for the Pioneers, gets it to Maleka.
You know, I think for Hill Murray right now, you know, with the 3-point lead, 2 minutes left, you know, they've got a couple players that can handle the ball, but they didn't have the right person handling the ball at the time.
Turnover by the Pioneers, a fast break by the Bears.
Yeah, just to touch on what we just saw there was, I was going to mention Graskowitz and Maleka, you know, move the ball around, see if you can create an easy scoring chance for one of them two players, you know, and try to kill some time, but they just had the ball in the wrong hands.
Mullen inside to Hink. She picked up the foul, so Allison Hink goes to the line to shoot 2. Just over 2 minutes. She's cut it down to 2-point game. And the second is good. Allison Hink.
Yeah, nice job knocking down a couple free throws there. That gives Allison Hink 12 points on the evening, 8 in the second half.
Maleka kicks it outside. Back up top to Lindahl, to Graskowitz. Graskowitz over to Maleka. And the step back by Maleka is good.
27 on the night, and that's the same thing I've said earlier. Lindsay Melika able to just answer every time, you know.
From downtown, just off the mark by Mullen. Melika back the other way for the Pioneers as she picks up the blocking foul on Hink.
Yeah, every time White Bear gets close, it always seems like it's Lindsay Melika on the offensive end, hitting a big jump shot to create a little space.
She's certainly been the go-to player for the Pioneers here tonight. The senior guard is showing some amazing leadership tonight. Both sides of the floor, really. She's defensively and certainly offensively has been doing it all.
3 for 3 from the free throw line tonight.
1 and 1 is good. Pioneers lead it 62-58. Minute 20 left to play. And the second is good. Hink, the ball handler, moves it up to Anderson. Anderson kicks it out from downtown. Can't get it to go. Scrum. And Lindahl with a nice defensive play inside.
Big turnover at the end there. I mean, it was, you know, White Bear just kind of let it get away there by kind of some errant passes, not really setting something up. You know, they still had the opportunity to.
Nice job by Nikki Dahl as the Bears refusing to give up here, to lay over. But yeah, you touched on it. A nice play by the Pioneers. So with just under a minute left to play, the Pioneers lead it 65-60. We'll be right back.
Okay, this time I'm gonna do it. I'm going to actually go to school.
Tell me about some of the stuff you've had to deal with.
I just dropped out completely. I just got caught up in it, the whole scene with the alcohol and the drugs. I was arrested. A lot of my friends, they were really concerned, especially my friend Erin. You just have to find someone. They don't have to tell you advice, they don't have to do that, they just listen.
Give your friends the boost they need to graduate. Join us at boostup.org.
Welcome back here at the field house, home of the Pioneers, as they lead it 65-60 over the Bears late here in the second half, just under a minute left to play. And Corey, Lindsay Melika has certainly been the star of tonight's evening, as she's shown it on both ends of the floor.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, 29 points, you know, a lot of jump shots, just a lot of hustle plays. You know, turnovers, getting back, blocking 3 shots. You know, ball bounced around a little bit. She always seems like she's the one saving it and kicking it back in.
Melika, top of the key, moves it over to Graskowitz for the Pioneers. And there's the foul committed by Mullen for the Bears. Graskowitz will head to the line to shoot 2. It's really never over till it's over in the game of basketball, but if Graskowitz is able to capitalize on a couple of free throws here, certainly going to make it a much larger mountain for the Bears to climb.
Yeah, absolutely. And Hill Murray's just been draining them all night. They haven't missed a free throw this evening. That puts them at 9 of 10 on the evening from the free throw line. That's 90%. That's above and beyond where you want to be.
Certainly Coach Herman would be ecstatic with that kind of night.
Absolutely. 10 of 11 from the free throw line from your team. That's all you can ask for, really.
So the Bears start it back. Anderson over to Card. Card to Nikki Dahl.
They can't spend too much time setting something up here, you know.
Karg inside hard, and she'll go to the line for 2. Yeah, they really need to just attack the rim with time dwindling out on them here, down 7. There's really no time to be setting up open
Yeah, a lot of
looks.
times in this situation, it's either take the free look from the three-point line, or if you don't have it behind the arc, drive it the hole and go with a quick 2 and get back and foul and play that free throw game.
First one is good for Card. She'll look to make it a 5-point game here. It's good. Full court pressure by the Bears. And the foul committed.
Yeah, those. Oh, go ahead.
Maleka back to the line for the Pioneers. She looks to add to their 29-point efforts tonight.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that Brianna Carr, 17 points, most of them down low and from the free throw line. She's had a real nice night for White Bear.
First is good for Maleka. And the second as well.
31 points on the evening. Just what a just a phenomenal game this evening for Lindsay Maleka.
Hink moves it over to Dahl. Dahl back to Hink. Over to Anderson from outside. Off the mark. Maleka with the rebound, and that'll do it. The Pioneers finish it out 69. The Bears 62. And a nice game tonight by both sides, but the Pioneers could not slow the senior, Lindsay Maleka. She finishes with 31.
No, it was definitely, it was Hill Murray from the start. I mean, this game, 7-point game. It got within 2. It was tied. But really, it's Hill Murray from out of the gates. They took the lead early and went wire to wire all evening long against the White Bear Lake Bears.
So, the final here from the field house, home of the Pioneers 69, the White Bear Lake Bears 62. I want to thank everyone for joining us here at TV 19. I'm Jeb Brandt alongside Corey Franzmeyer. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, everybody get home safe and have a great evening.